feature our visitors, the St. Cloud Tech Tigers, and the home team, your St. Cloud Apollo Eagles. Tonight's game is being played under the rules and guidelines set forth by the Minnesota State High School League and Apollo High School. All school rules are enforced. Please join the league and Apollo in promoting good sportsmanship, respect, and fair play among all participants, coaches, and fans. Inappropriate comments directed at teams or individuals have no place at Apollo and will not be tolerated. Basketball fans, this time we ask you to stand if you are able, remove your hats, and face the flag as we join the Apollo Pep Band under the direction of Mr. George Zahn in the play of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. Let's see tonight's starting lineups. First for the Tigers from St. Cloud Tech. A senior, number 11, Joe Derwin. A senior, number 12, Hunter Souls. A senior, number 13, Nate Trevick. A sophomore, number 15, Devin Yeager. And a senior, number 22, Drake Jack. The Tigers are coached by Mr. Mike Trevick. They see number 5, Mo. They see number 11, Michael.
Time for this cross-town rivalry. The lights out and a lone light at center court for these Apollo starters.
Definitely got a rivalry atmosphere, and I was telling you off the air a little bit ago that the refs are going to keep a close eye on this one, especially early on, because it's going to be electric in here, and sometimes the emotions can run high in games like these.
They really can, and even though these teams' records look quite a bit different, 3-15 on one side, 13-5 on the other, you never know in these rival games. These could be real close, and they could come down to just a few possessions at the end of the game. It's time to take a look at our leading scores on both sides. For the Tigers, it'll be Kytavian Norwood, who as of right now is not in the starting lineup. He's averaging 14 points a game. On the other end, you have Chang Hoth, who is returning from missing a few games. Barry, what do you like about Chang Hoth's game?
He's smooth, and when he gets it going, there's no stopping him. You can put whoever you want on him, but he's going to score on. He's going to score his points. You just got to try to keep the rest of the team in check.
He's long and athletic, and reminds me kind of like those stereotypical microwave players back in the day, and even right now, a guy like Jamal Crawford, long, athletic, and gets his shot up and makes a good percentage of them. The tip-off is at center court, and it's Apollo Eagles basketball. Gravel will get it and bring it up. He'll bark out some instructions, and he brings it to the left side, drops it off here for Dubois. Now back out top. Mid-range by Gravel, no good. Rebounded by Dolan. He will get it back to Trevick. Trevick will bring up, no! Steal the other end, and here's a attempted dunk. Just missed that time by the Apollo Eagles. Number 23, Chang Hoth, just couldn't finish the dunk. And the referees looking at each other, trying to figure out where the foul's going to be. I believe it's going to be against the Eagles. Yes, against the Eagles, and we have a lone shooter.
hanging on the rim. I think he got
yep.
a technical foul, Chang Hoff did, but I don't like the call.
Yeah.
I know you got to keep, I was saying you got to keep a close eye on this game early on, but that was a pretty quick whistle.
That was a pretty quick one. Not a technical, but a violation, as Drake Jett will hit one. His first, he'll have another, and then it will be Tech basketball to start this one out. Drake Jett, one of the starters, Dolan, Trevick, Yeager, and the last of the Tech starters is Hunter Stolz. As now it'll be Tech basketball, they will take it from this near side. Dolan will inbound. Trevick will wait for it. Gravel wanting to jump the pass. He will not. Get it back to Nate Trevick. Trevick will bring it past the Apollo Eagles logo at half court. He'll take his time. A little bit of a 2-1-2 zone look here from the Eagles. Walking back down low, left side, down the middle. Yeager in traffic gets the layup over the bigger Chang Hoff, and it's a 4-0 basketball game.
He was bracketed between two defenders. He showed strength that Yeager took it up strong and finished between two tall, big defenders for Apollo.
Back out top. Here's a shot, just missed that time. The three by number 5, Mo Muhammad, and it's Tigers right back up the floor. Jett will drop this one out for Stolz. Stolz at the top of the key, pivoting a few times, finally finds Jett. Jett will get over to the right wing to Yeager. Yeager gets the ball poked out of his hands. He's back to almost mid half court. Yeager will drop it off for Dolan. Dolan, top of the key, well off the three-point line. Will finally get it to Trevick. This pressure defense is getting to the Tigers. Here's Trevick. Will drop it back off again. Tied up with Muhammad. Trevick will pull it away though. Trevick, a strong, low to the center type player, and a drive by Dolan, and we will have a charge. Gravel goes down awkwardly. He gets helped up, and it looks like he might have some type of funny bone there, as a great defensive possession that time for the Eagles.
Absolutely. They were out bothering the passes. They amped up the tension for the Tigers. You could see they were getting anxious. They just wanted to get a shot up, and Dolan took it a little too hard to the hole. Couldn't get that Euro step past the defender.
Hoff in traffic, tries to float up, but it's off front rim, picked up by Jett. Jett will send it deep. He's got Stolz. Stolz sending it from only out of bounds up to Yeager. Yeager in for the layup. Devin Yeager with both the buckets so far for the Tigers. The other two free throws coming from Drake Jett, and it's 6-0. Tigers on top. Gravel, top of the key, gets the screen from Hoff. He'll take it himself. He'll throw it to the corner. Here's Muhammad, 4-3, and it just rims out that time. Joe Dolan with the rebound. The pressure continues from the Eagles. Down the middle, Trevick with pressure on him. Muhammad, he'll kick out. Left side, Stolz will drive into a body that time, and finally Gravel will get called for the foul. He could really do nothing there. It was a drop the shoulder and go by Stolz, and Gravel will end up with the foul.
Now once the contact is made, you just got to go for the ride and hope they don't call the foul on you. He got the tag with that one, did Gravel. Shut off the baseline well, though.
Yep, Jett will throw this one high. Get it up to Yeager. I might have heard a slap. It was right in front of us. Poking it away on the play was Jaylyn Williams. It'll be tossed around on a few fingertips, but the ball will eventually go to the Eagles as Hoff will inbound to Gravel.
Well, the intensity is not disappointed early on. This is a rivalry game for sure. Good crowd here, and the players on the court are delivering here early on as far as the energy is concerned.
Jaylyn Williams with the screen from Hoff. Hoff can't get it off the breakdown, into traffic. Dubois with the attack and the finish for the first Apollo Eagle bucket of the night. And the Tech Tigers having trouble inbounding it, and it'll be Apollo Eagles basketball in Tiger territory. That time on the inbound, it was Dolan who couldn't find an open one and threw it over Drake Jett's head, and it's Eagles basketball.
And that pressure is extending it full court, and the Tigers having a little trouble handling it on both ends here.
Chang Hoff, left key, almost pulled from deep. He'll wait, he'll settle it back down, he'll set his feet again, fire this one, and it just rims out. Jaylyn Williams trying to poke this one out of the hands of Jett. It will be poked out of bounds, but off Williams, and the Tigers will again try to inbound out of their own backcourt.
Apollo settling for a lot of jump shots right now from deep. Like to see him get into the lane a little bit here early. They got down 6-0, shooting outside shots, and need to get some better looks at the hoop here to see some go through the basket.
Dolan Trevick go back and forth a few times in the backcourt, and a drive by Stolz looking for Yeager in the corner. But again, they're just rushing themselves a little bit too much. We've seen this a lot, Barry. When you play high pressure, intense defense, it makes the offensive team panic.
They have a tendency to overthink things. Stolz was the only player inside the three-point line for the Tech Tigers, and there were 4 defenders there, and he dribbled it in where he should have just waited for his teammates to catch up and start the offense.
Chang Hoth with on the top of the key. We'll get this one. Dubois to Gravel for 3. Just misses. Dolan on the rebound. Won't get it, but it will fall to his teammate Drake Jett. Trevick will have it down the right side. Trevick dropping back off for Stoles. Stoles athletic, tries to put it behind the back. Taken away. Gravel will have it. He'll drop it back off for Hoth, but it will be over and back. Hoth was on the left side of the center court. So this will be a ball back in the possession of the Apollo Eagles.
Go to hustle plays. Michael Gravel.
Excuse me, it will not be the Eagles. It will be the Tech Tigers.
He got the credit for the steal, and then he rolled over a player from one side of half court to the other and got the over and back call, so Tech gets the ball back.
Absolutely. This is brought up ahead. It's Kytavian Norwood averaging 14.5 points per game. Here's a shot from the wing. Just rims out, rebounded by Michael Gravel. Gravel will get this one up to Hoth. Hoth past one man into traffic. He is fouled going to the hoop. It looked like a clean block up high, but there might have been some hands down low or a body, and Hoth will go to the line shooting 2.
It was a dirty lane. I couldn't see through. There was too many bodies, but that's what the referee certainly saw there, and we see it on the replay. It looks like Jett did get a little bit of the body.
Yep.
Got it clean up top. You had it right. First free throw no good for Hoth, by the way.
Hoth is 75% free throw shooter on the season. He'll have his second of 2. I'd like to thank Clearwater Travel Plaza, where there was always more in store for you at Clearwater Travel Plaza. Storming this one up ahead is Pau Chiol, who will get that layup in for 2. And it's now 8-2, Tech Tigers with a 6-point lead.
Just in off the bench, made an aggressive move.
Rebound, Jaeger can't get it. Offensive rebound off the initial shot by Dubois, and Dubois will get blocked going into traffic again, as we'll have a inbounds underneath for the Eagles. Dubois, Barry, wearing jersey number 24, might be in honor of a Kobe Bryant situation here. He's worn 2 all year tonight, wearing 24.
Yep, I think you're absolutely right. I know that we had Gravel wearing it last week in the game.
Kytavian Norwood on the other end after a weird pass that's deflected around. Norwood into the lane to Jaeger. Jaeger in traffic, and it's good. He lays it in off the pass from Norwood. Jaeger with 6 of the 10 Tech Tiger buckets. Gravel over to Hoth. Hoth will drive, will wait, kick back out. Jaylyn Williams will fake a shot, drive to his left hand dominant guard, drives for an easy layup. 10-4 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard.
Good patience by Jaylyn Williams, not making a pass across court, waiting for the lane to open up, and took the drive.
Kytavian Norwood with a long-range 3 that time. Front rims it, and it's picked up and set ahead. Mo Muhammad up to Chang Hoth. Hoth throws it down, another dunk attempt. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Norwood grabs the rebound up to Caden Tran. Tran will jab step right. We'll now drop it off for Trevick. Back to Tran. Tran, a deep 3. Just rims off the right side. Out to Jaylyn Williams, who'll get it up to Gravel. Gravel through traffic, throws up the floater, will not finish it, but he will go to the line, shooting 2. Michael Gravel averaging 17 points a game, just short of 5 assists and 3 rebounds. He's a do-it-all point guard, Barry.
Absolutely, he's a guy that can get you into your sets, and he can get the other players set up to go and get them the good looks from the outside, also find them streaking to the basket, and he can also score himself. He likes to shoot them from 30 feet sometimes, so yeah. And he'll get on a streak where he'll hit a bunch of them, so he's kind of a dangerous player for the Apollo Eagles.
Gravel, 71% season free throw shooter. He misses the first. Here is his second, and just about makes it. It's 10-5 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Tech still with the lead. Quickly outletted up to Tran. Tran on the right side. Pressure defense from the longer Mo Muhammad. Now up to Trevick. Back up top here. To Pau Chiol. He's pressured. Will finally drop out for Trevick. Trevick to Norwood. He's wide open underneath the bucket. Cannot finish. And Chiol will get it back and lay it in for 2. And the Tech Tigers again push their lead to 7 points.
Brought a couple of players in off the bench. Did the Tech Tigers look like more comfortable ball handlers than Caden Tran and Pau Chiol.
And Gravel, a crafty finish there down the baseline to cut it back to only 5-point lead. Trevick down the middle will get through traffic. A wide open layup. Absolutely no help defense there. That's a absolute defensive breakdown for the Eagles.
First bucket of the night for Trevick, and it's a 7-point lead for the Tech Tigers.
Dubois, get this one up to Hoff. Hoff to Williams. Williams back to Dubois. Dubois will break his man down. In the traffic, will go all the way to the far side. It might have been a travel. From my eyes, it looked like a travel. They didn't count it. He's a long player, so he can be deceiving that way, but he'll get the bucket to cut it back to 5.
Ball got tipped by a defender as well, and they may have just said he juggled it as he was going toward the hoop, and it worked in his favor.
Lost and regained possession, so the bucket's good. A steal right at half court by Gravel. He'll go in for the high finishing layup and cut it to just a 3-point difference here with 11:11 remaining in the first half.
Second steal of the game for Gravel. He's got 5 on the night as well, and that's a big bucket to cut it to 3.
Trevick will drop this one off. Here for Schmidt. Deep 3, that time by Chwal. Cannot finish. Picked up and rebounded by Jack Hoff. Hoff down the far side will walk into the lane. Easy pull-up jumper is good. Jack Hoff, same grade as his brother Chang Hoff. Doesn't get the numbers that he does, but a very similar type of player. Obviously, they're twins. Makes sense, right, Barry?
It certainly does.
But they both play well. Jack comes off the bench. Chang starts as Mo Muhammad on the far side will play tight defense against Caden Tran.
6-0 run by the Eagles, by the way.
Yes, they do, and this turned over. Dubois in traffic will walk in with the big slam. Oh, my goodness. He cocked that way back for the dunk and the lead for the Apollo Eagles. And Gravel on the other end with the block. Back up top, Mo Muhammad to Gravel for 3 and just misses it. Dubois with the rebound, goes up, and the foul. Big run there by the Eagles. It is now a 8-0 run, looking to get it to a 10-0 run with a couple of free throws by Dubois.
Second rebound of the game for Pouch Dubois. He's got 8 points now with that putback as well. And the Eagles, just like that, up by 3. It's a 10-0 run.
Dubois literally put that behind his head, cocked it back, and threw it down. That is crazy. A crazy dunk and a crazy explosion of events there for the Eagles as they find themselves up by 3 and now up by 4. Now an 11-0 run with the free throw. Drake Jett will bring it up under pressure from Mo Muhammad. He'll stop as he gets over to the Tiger side. Kitavian Norwood near side. Now we'll drop it off for Schmidt. Taken away Dubois. Dubois in traffic. Will wait. He'll do a windmill, but he'll miss it. Won't be able to connect on the windmill. Picked up by Dolan. And the other end, Dolan in traffic with a reverse layup and one. On the nice switcheroo reverse layup by Joe Dolan to now try to cut this back to only a 1-point lead if he makes the free throw.
What a turnaround. Yeah, if you're Coach Allen, like, hey, man, just go up and dunk it. You don't have to go the big windmill and make it much more difficult rather than it needs to be. And that's the third missed dunk now for the Eagles. Just making things a little harder than they need to be. You can take it up, just put it behind the head, slam it home. You don't have to make it absolutely a 12 out of 10 type dunk.
Absolutely. It would be 24-16 with all of those buckets that they missed so far. It'd be a big swing. Out of the game, Schmidt into the game. Back in is Devin Yeager. He's already got 6 points on the night. Joe Dolan at the free throw line, banks it home. You know that wasn't on purpose, Barry.
It counts.
It does count, and it's now 18-17. He makes both his free throws. Logan Johnson will get this one back up to Jack Hoff. Hoff back up top to Alex Hausman. Hoff to Hausman. Hausman over to Chang Hoff. Right wing, Hoff breaks his man down. Little step back, little 3 off the back iron. Dubois with the offensive rebound. Tries to put it right back up with the dunk. But again, the 4th missed dunk of the night for the Apollo Eagles. Trevick with a crafty pass. Up to Chwal for 3. It's good. And the Tech Tigers take the 2-point lead.
7 now for Chewall on the night, and Tech back up by a deuce.
And I believe they thought a timeout was going to be called. The Tech Tigers did, but they ended up not calling one. So an awkward series of events there. Jack Hoff will bring it right back up.
I think Coach Allen says, now we're good. We don't need a timeout. We're fine.
Hoff will get it down low to Johnson, and a holding call will go against Kitavian Norwood, who's going to get the much bigger and taller Logan Johnson.
It's actually on Drake Jett.
Oh, excuse me, Drake Jett.
His first.
Subbing in, Jett will come out. Coming back in, Jett with his second foul of the night. Coming back in will be Kytavian Norwood. Johnson will go to work down low with a much smaller Trevick next to him, but he just loses control of the ball. It'll go roll out of bounds and back into Tech Tiger possession. Here's Trevick. Off a little pressure from the Eagles. Settle it back down. Dolan over to Norwood. Norwood settle this back down. And Yeager in the left corner. He'll try to spin to go down the baseline. Instead, kick out to Norwood. Norwood in traffic. Kicks out. Dolan, far corner three. Just off. Offensive rebound by Devin Yeager. But he tries to throw it up to the front court. But he's quickly knocked back down into his body out of bounds by Chang Hoth. And Hoth will now inbound it.
I think Yeager thought he was a lot closer to the sideline than he was. He had chance to just come to a stop and hold on to the ball without trying to save it in. He was a foot from the out-of-bounds line.
Hossman will now kick right to Jack Hoth. Hoth in traffic, loses a footing, will get it back to Dubois. Dubois will set a screen here for Chang Hoth. Hoth trying to look for a little step back. Won't be able to get it. We'll get it to Johnson. Now back up top to Hoth. To Jack Hoth on the left wing. To Dubois. Now to Johnson, right wing all the way to Chang Hoth. Chang Hoth screen and roll. He had Johnson down low. Couldn't get it to him. As Dubois up top trying to break his man down. In traffic, Dubois gets tied up, and ball is taken away by Contavian Norwood. Norwood down the middle with Hausman. Puts it up, cannot finish, but he will go to the line for two. Alex Hausman, the culprit on the foul.
He didn't like the call, but he got himself caught in the air, and when that happens, you're at the mercy of the offensive player. They can jump up, still create the contact, but it's going to be a defensive foul.
Absolutely will, as Kytavian Norwood will shoot two. Norwood on the first, it just rims out left. Coming back in will be Jaylyn Williams. He will come in for Dubois. And let's talk about Williams a little bit. Williams averaged over 15 points a game last year. This year he's taken more of a complementary role in this offense. Is it weird to see that a little bit, Barry, from a junior to a senior season?
It's only weird if the player makes it weird, and it looks like he's accepted that role, and that's a good team player.
Yes. Hausman up top. We'll get a screen and roll with Johnson. Will kick the corner to Hoth. Hoth misses it again. We haven't seen Hoth play this cold all season. He'll get another one, and again back rim. Yeager will get the rebound. Hausman will have a wide open layup. Cannot finish it. Picked up and brought ahead by Troll. Troll in traffic, long, will drive to the hoop. A little bit out of control, but he will get the foul call against Chang Hoth, and Troll will go to the line, shooting two.
Second one on Hoth, and that's another one where he got himself into the air, but the defender jumped with him and kind of bailed him out. Get your feet set right there, you might be able to draw a charge.
And Choual, according to our records, hasn't really played much this year for the Tigers. According to what the stats that we have, he hasn't received any varsity time. So interesting performance thus far for Pau Choual.
8 points for Choual, huh?
As he bricks that free throw, rebounded by Johnson. He'll get to Hausman. Hausman will give it up to Williams as Williams will bring it in.
Chang Hoth on the bench, by the way, with those two fouls.
Williams down the middle, screen and roll with Johnson, trying to get it to him. They cannot connect, and it is a turnover the other way. Tech Tiger basketball.
This is Logan Johnson not quite ready for the pass. He was open. He got to be ready to grab that pass. It was a nice look, and he just wasn't ready to catch the pass. He would have had an easy two had he just had his hands up.
Got to be ready on the screen and roll as Trevick will cross half court. And it looks like a version of a 1-2-2 or a 3-2 zone here for the Apollo Eagles. Corner Trevick. Back up top from Stulls. Back down low. Far corner to Stulls. To Trevick. Over. Choual. Down to the corner. Norwood with a pull-up mid-range. And it's good. Kytavian Norwood with the pull-up. Just a few steps within the three-point line. People say that's the worst shot in basketball. Norwood liked it that time.
He's the first field goal of the game. He's got 3, and Tigers up by 6.
And a slam, but a big block the other way. Oh my goodness, Choual stuffed Dubois on the other end. An offensive rebound chance by Yeager, and we have a jump ball, Yeager and Johnson, as Choual blocked it, then tried to go up for the layup the other way, but cannot finish. And two long athletic players going at it tonight in Choual and Dubois.
Dubois goes 6'4". He's given up 3 inches on the matchup, but he went up and blocked that one clean. It was a beautiful-looking defensive play.
Picturesque as Trevick will inbound it. Now we'll get it to the corner to Kitavian Norwood. From underneath the bucket, Norwood will attack. We'll get it back. Now up top to Chual. Paul Chual will drop it off for Kitavian Norwood. Norwood will break down his man, Williams, get past Williams. Tied up in the traffic. They'll call it a travel, but the referee here will not overstep the low official, and it will end up being a travel. I thought that was going to be a foul, Barry.
Yeah, I think that's what he was looking for as well, was Norwood, but probably good defensive play, played it straight up, just held the ball to his chest and let him take an extra step in there.
Down low, here's Logan Johnson in traffic, a good sweeping move, but cannot finish on the other end. An awkward going down in the play was Jaylyn Williams. Dolan was down the play, Williams slow to get up, and he's not doing well, as Williams will exit the game. Coming back in will be number 5, Mo Muhammad.
Logan Johnson just not showing the type of energy you need out of a guy in the post.
Yeah.
He just kind of lackadaisically put the shot up. He had a good look at it. He should have finished that and would have kept his teammate from trying to come up with a rebound in traffic and hurting himself.
Gravel will drive in the lane, a crafty finish, trying to put spin off the backboard. Could not finish in traffic. This will be deflected, but it'll still be controlled by the Apollo Eagles. 24-18 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard, 5:40 remaining in the first half. The Tech Tigers with the lead. Inbounded, played by Gravel. Over to Dubois, back up top, Logan Johnson. He'll body down Norwood. He'll drop off now to Muhammad. Left wing, driving is Jack Hoff in the lane. Will get the attack, but will not finish it, and will go to the line for two shots. Jack Hoff to head to the line. As I'd like to thank a few of our sponsors here. I'd like to thank the law offices of Brad Sean Bryant, seeking justice for the injured. Also like to thank Shields when it comes to gear and expert advice. We're right there with you and right there in St. Cloud at the Crossroads Mall.
76% free throw shooter on the year as Hoff hit the first one, Jack.
Yes, he did, and he'll step up and hit the second as well to cut it to only a 4-point deficit here for the Eagles. As Kitavian Norwood takes the three right off the pass, outlet pass. Yeager will get the offensive rebound, put it back up, and it's good. Devin Yeager with 8 points, tied with the lead in points for the Tigers.
Second offensive rebound of the night for Yeager that led to a basket as well.
Here's a shot by Mo Muhammad, and the Eagles just can't find their touch there. Dubois got the offensive rebound off the Muhammad miss. Decided not to put it back up. He might have had an easy layup. Instead, tried to drop it off for Johnson. Johnson gets tied up, and we have a jump ball in possession of the Apollo Eagles.
And again, that was Johnson not being ready for the pass. Had he been ready, he would have gotten it clean and been able to put it up and in, but he just wasn't looking, and the defender was able to catch up and tie it up in the meantime.
Lackadaisical is the right word, Barry, that you used earlier. Jack Hoff in traffic. A great sweep through from underneath. The reverse layup is good for Jack Hoff. Kitavian Norwood will bring it down the far side. He'll get it down low to Yeager as Yeager pops back out to the three-point line. Norwood back to Trevick. Trevick in traffic will jab step, get it back off to Yeager. Yeager will get it back up top. He'll set up for three-point, just miss it. Rebound picked up by Jack Hoff. Hoff to Gravel. Gravel in traffic, gets past his man for the easy layup. To cut it to only a 2-point game, and we have a timeout called. Timeout for the Tigers. They still have the lead, but it's now only a 2-point lead. Timeouts, of course, are always brought to you by McKay's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. We will keep it here for the timeout, as I'd like to thank a few other sponsors. All-Star Trophy and Awards make everyone feel like a champion at All-Star Trophy and Awards. And also M&H Appliance, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana Appliances. Check them out at mnhappliance.com.
Gotta give it up for the Tech Tigers coming in tonight. They don't have a win yet in the conference, just 3 overall on the season, coming in and playing like a confident team here against a good Apollo Eagles basketball team.
They have surprised me. I came into this game looking at a record, and right now the record does not reflect the way these Tech Tigers are playing tonight. as Norwood will get up to Trevick, up to Yeager. Yeager will settle it down outside the three-point line. Right wing will drop it off to Norwood. Norwood gets a screen from Yeager, now throws it to the corner to Dolan. Dolan back up to Chewell. Right corner, attacking is Norwood, pushing off the defender, but cannot finish the layup. It's picked up by Dubois. Dubois will bring it down the other way. Kick out, right wing. Jack Hoff will settle it down. Get it back up to Mo Muhammad, all the way to Gravel. 3:52 on the clock here in the first half. 2-point lead for the Tigers. Hoff gets the pass. Right wing to Gravel. Gravel, mid-range, no good. Front rim, back rim, and out. Rebounded by Joe Dolan. Dolan to Trevick. Trevick loses his handles. Picked up by Hoff. Hoff up to Gravel, and we have a tie ball game here at St. Cloud Apollo High School. It's 26-all here in this crosstown rivalry.
And more defense leading to offense for Apollo. Tech Tigers cut down the unforced errors. They're still up by 6 or 8 in this game.
Pal Chewell will settle this one down. Now try to drive. He'll bring it back through the legs, drop it back off for Trevick. Trevick left wing, Kytavian Norwood into Trevick in the lane. They'll drop off for Yeager. Yeager in traffic, cannot finish, trying to get the offensive rebound, cannot. Gravel up to Mo Muhammad. Mo Muhammad in traffic. He's blocked again. It's Pal Chewell. Might have got some body at the end. It wasn't called for his second blockbuster block of the night so far for the Tigers.
And second time for Chewell. It looks like that was pretty clean looking on the replay thanks to Bitstream Productions. And again, we're the streaming game of the week, KNSIRadio.com. You can watch the live stream.
Kytavian Norwood bring it up, now drop it off for Dolan. Pal Chewell is making his difference felt tonight, as Chewell will have it now down low in traffic, try to put it up. A little bit too fancy that time with the ball in his face. He will miss it, rebounded, and brought ahead by Jack Hoff. Hoff down the middle. A horns look there as Gravel will set up, fire the shot. A deep three, and it's good. Michael Gravel, now a 3-point lead for the Eagles.
Gravel's got a dozen.
Pal Chewell in traffic, try to throw it up the backboard, cannot finish. Picked up by Dubois. Dubois in traffic will walk in. A nice easy layup that time, Barry Hine, to push it to a 5-point lead.
He's got 11 and 6 rebounds on his way to a possible double-double tonight.
Norwood to Schmidt. Schmidt with the wraparound, can't finish. Dolan will be right there with the offensive rebound to put it back in, to now cut it back down again to a 3-point deficit.
Seesaw battle. Looks like it seems like Tech should be up by 4 or 5 still, and they're down by 3.
Ravel will bring it down, get over to Muhammad all the way to the right corner. Jack Hoff. Hoff will dribble out of the corner, get it to Johnson. Johnson up to Dubois. Dubois dropping over Gravel. 1:40 remaining in the first half. 31-28. Gravel will pull up from mid-range, won't be able to get a go. Offensive rebound, Johnson. Biggest mistake a big man can do on an offensive rebound is bring the ball down. That time he did, and he gets tied up for another jump ball.
I like the energy on the play, though. He got the rebound. It's the biggest burst of energy we've seen out of him here tonight. He just kind of doesn't like to he's kind of a lethargic thing about him. I don't know if that's the way he is or what, but it's hurt him a couple of times. But he showed some energy there, got the offensive rebound, but they tie it up, and the possession arrow in favor of the Tech Tigers.
As it's brought ahead now by Coach's son, Nate Trevick. Trevick also the quarterback for the Tech Tigers high school program. As Pal Chewell will get this one over to Kytavian Norwood. Norwood will drop it off right side for Yeager. Yeager Dolan now all the way over Trevick. Trevick will work down the left side. Will lose the ball for a moment. Now kick back out. Kytavian Norwood for 3. Well off. That is an air ball. And the possession will stay in favor of the Tech Tigers. That was last off of Dubois.
And he was just snuck up on him. He thought it was going to catch some rim, and it just about hit him in the head. Got lucky to get his hands in front of it before it smacked him in the nose.
As is picked up by Norwood. Norwood right side, back up top to Pal Chewell. Chewell will try to put the moves that time on Williams. Williams, good defense. Norwood, right wing, poked away by Gravel. Gravel with another steal in traffic with Gravel in his face. Cannot finish the layup. It's deflected off the Eagles. Jaylyn Williams, who tried to dive in for the offensive rebound, cannot get it in time, and the ball is in possession of the Tech Tigers.
Third steal of the game for Gravel. Should have been the second that led to a fast break basket for him, but he just could not get the finish to go in for some reason.
We're under a minute remaining in the first half, 40 seconds to be exact. Norwood will get over to Trevick. Trevick, near side, will leave it here for Pal Chawal. Chawal will pull up deep and off the front rim and sent out of bounds. And the ball will be in possession of the Eagles for the last 27 seconds of this one.
Will the Eagles hold for one shot? I'm guessing they'll probably try to run the timeout here.
But definitely, I think both me and you would agree, Barry, it's definitely a closer first half than we would have guessed. We didn't think this was going to blow out. It's a rivalry game, but this is a tight ball game here going into halftime.
I thought it would be close for a while at the beginning, but then I thought that the Eagles would start to pull away before the end of the half. But we've got a 3-point ball game. That's why these rivalry games are so much fun.
We absolutely do, as Gravel will walk back down low, will drive in traffic. Could have been a foul, but he'll get the layup. 2-1, and that will be it. That'll be it. 33-28 at half. The Eagles have the 5-point lead after trailing at multiple different points here in the first half. We'll now head it over to the halftime show brought to you by Shields. Shields the place when it comes to gear and expert advice. They're right there with you and right there in St. Cloud at the Crossroads Mall. We'll take a break. We'll send it out to Todd Simpson in the studio. You're listening to high school crosstown rivalry basketball right here on the KNSI Sports Network. That's a good basketball game.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask. Welcome back here to Apollo High School for this crosstown rivalry. 33-28 at the half. The home Apollo Eagles leading the Tech Tigers. Tom Terra with Barry Hine for second half. Now first half stats before we head to the second half.
All right, thanks, Tom. And again, I want to say thanks to Bitstream Productions, the crew out here doing a great job. And you can catch the live stream at knsiradio.com. The first half, first for the Tech Tigers, they were led by Pal Chewall. He had 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 blocks in that first half. 2 big blocks right at the rim for Pal Chewall. 5 points, 3 rebounds for Joe Dolan. I missed 8 points for Devin Yeager. He also had 2 rebounds. Then 5 for Joe Dolan with those 3 rebounds. 3 points, a rebound and a steal for Kytavian Norwood. 2 points, 2 rebounds for Nate Trevick. 2 points, 3 rebounds for Drake Jett in that first half. Then for the Apollo Eagles, they were led in that first half by Michael Gravel. 14 points, 3 steals, 2 rebounds and a block for Gravel. A good first half for Pouch Chewall. Coming up on double-double already really close. He's got 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals on the night. Then it's 6 points, 2 rebounds and a steal for Jack Hoff. 2 rebounds and a steal for Jaylyn Williams, and no points yet for Chang Hoff, worth noting from that first half.
So you had 2 early fouls, Chang Hoff. And the thing I'm noticing here is that we kind of know where the scoring should come from the Eagles. And right now it hasn't happened. They only have 33 points at halftime. On the other end, the Tigers, a different guy steps up every game. And tonight it's Pal Chewall, it's Devin Yeager. And because of that, they're only in a 5-point game because the Eagles haven't really found their stride yet shooting the ball outside. Absolutely,
yeah. You got to feel good if you're the Tech Tigers, only scoring 28 and coming out to start the second half down by 5 points.
Absolutely, as Dubois, Muhammad, Hoff, Gravel, and Williams will start the second half for the Eagles. On the other end, it'll be Trevick, Stolz, Dolan, Jett, and Yeager, the starters for the Tech Tigers. Hoff will have it at the top of the key. Will kick out right side, well off the three-point line for Gravel. Down low to Dubois. Dubois will work on Dolan, and that's an easy layup. Easy bucket against the 6'7" on 5'11". Usually isn't a very good matchup there.
Yeah, he just kind of let him have it. He didn't even want to try to body him up and make him work for it. He just let him dribble it in, and that's like you see it in practice.
Drake Jett will pass now to Devin Yeager. Left side with the ball. Here's Stolz. Hunter Stolz will get it to Dolan. Dolan, top of the key, will go left, go right now, drop it off here for Stolz. Stolz down low to Yeager, poked away momentarily, but quickly stolen back by Stolz. To Yeager. Yeager on the spin. Fancy move in traffic, but just cannot lay it up at the end, and Dubois will take it right away. Get off to Hoff. Hoff for 3, and that's good, and that's a bad sign for the Tech Tigers. If Chang Hoff gets going the second half, this could be a rough second half.
He was ready to score that first basket, having to sit a lot in that first half. You could tell he had a jackrabbit jump with that 3.
As this is Trevick, who'll settle this on left side. He'll send a deep 3 out there, and it's good. Wow, that is a deep 3, probably NBA line. As Gravel, the other end, will try to pull one. Won't be able to knock it down. Offensive rebound, Chang Hoff. And bucket, Chang Hoff off the offensive rebound. 40-31 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard as the Tigers are down here by 9 on the road. Jett, corner. Stolz driving in traffic, lays it up, a nice little floater over the outstretched hands of Chang Hoff, and it's good.
Hunter Stolz kind of plays basketball like he plays football. He just makes all the play. He can make all the plays. He's not going to look to be the scorer or the star or anything, but he's just everywhere, and he's quick, and he can make all the plays.
Gravel goes right past Drake Jett and gets the easy layup. Gravel with that quickness. He can strike at any moment, and that time was against Jett to get it back to a 9-point lead.
He leads all players in the game with 16, does Gravel.
As Jett will get this one to Yeager. Yeager screen and roll with Trevick. Trevick will drop it off for Dolan after refusing the ball screen. Dolan tried to get it up, poked away by Williams. Dolan will get it back, take his dribble, drive left, kick out Stolz. Stolz will settle it back down, throw it over to Drake Jett. Jett will settle this one down, fake a pass, and so into the corner, near corner to Trevick. Trevick out from the corner to Stolz, back to Trevick. Trevick another deep 3, and it's just off. Rebounded by Pouch Dubois. This is Gravel up and ahead looking for Chang Hoff. A no-look pass. Should have been looking because right there was Dolan, but Hoff will get it back. get in a perfect spot in the corner and knock down the three. Chang Hoff, we talked about him being a microwave. 8 points in the first 2 minutes of this second half, and it's now up to a 12-point lead for the Apollo Eagles. And a timeout is called. Timeout by the Tech Tigers, trying to settle this down. We'll take a timeout. Timeouts, of course, brought to you by McKay's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. We'll keep it here. It's only a 30-second timeout. An explosion by the Eagles.
Yeah, you could see at halftime what they talked about is keep the pressure on them. The points for us will come. I don't think they had to change a ton offensively other than maybe finish a little smarter. But they just needed to keep the pressure on them. They're just kind of waiting for the house of cards to fall.
What about on the Tigers' end? How do they stop this Chang Hoff if he gets going like this? Is there any way to stop this team?
Well, you could run through your offense and try to take a couple minutes off of the clock, but you don't really want to do that. But that would be the only way to really do it, because once they get going, there's not a ton that could stop them.
And
unless you hit some threes.
Unless you hit some threes that time again. Pao Chual coming out of nowhere tonight. He's got a fantastic shot, a great release, and that's 11 points for Pao Chual on the night. As Gravel will bring it back up, cuts it back to a single-digit ball game, down by 9 again are the Tigers. Chang Hoff, jab steps, will get it back up top to Dubois, over to Gravel. Gravel on the pick and pop, cannot get it to Dubois. Gravel all the way back to near the center court line. Gravel tries to put up a little mid-range, instead will send to the corner Muhammad. Back out to Hoff. Hoff in traffic, will drive through a few and lay it in for a 11-point lead for the Eagles.
Good recognition by Hoff that the lane was open, and he just had to take one dribble, get by his guy, and cruise to the basket.
Norwood on a pull-up, cannot finish. Jaeger looking to get the offensive rebound, and he'll poke off his in Dubois' hands to Gravel. Gravel tries to oop it up to Hoff. Hoff might have gotten the ball hit up in his head there as it was deflected as it was coming to him, and it will be off him, and it will be Tech Tiger basketball, but Hoff a little bit shaken up and trying to regain his composure here.
Yeah, somebody got a hand on the ball. It was either Jet or Chual, and the ball hit Hoff in the face. He'll shake it off. Those are the ones that hurt for a couple seconds, and it goes away.
Like to thank Kelm and Reuter, attorneys that make a difference at Kelm and Reuter. Cantavian Norwood to Jet. Jet will dribble right to the free throw line. Will drop back off to Norwood on the far wing. Up top to Chual. Chual looking to get it down low to Jaeger, and Dubois will get the foul, as they say that he was tied up with Jaeger on the entry pass from Chual, and a out of bounds underneath. Let's see if the Tigers have a play to get a bucket here on this one.
Hard to lay off those when you've got long arms like Dubois to try to tip that away, but you can't reach around the guy to try to do it.
Chual again, a deep three, might have been deflected off Jaylyn Williams. Hoff will settle it down at three-point line, looking to get a shot off. He does, but it's off to the left, rebounded by Jaeger. Quick three, no rebounders there for the Apollo Eagles to get offensive rebound, and instead it's Trevick dribbling it up with Mo Muhammad in his face. Trevick into the lane, kicks out Norwood. Norwood for three, almost no rotation on that shot that time. Williams will get it up to Hoff. Hoff down low, looked like he wanted to stride in for a dunk. Misplays it and will just lay it in for a 13-point lead for the Eagles, 49-36 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. And we have this one up and into the stands here as this hit the table right here. We got a visit
from Michael Gravel.
Yeah, we got a big visit by Michael Gravel.
Hopefully everything's all right.
Yeah, hopefully our equipment's all in.
He gave us the apologetic. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, you got to go after the ball.
You have to go after the ball.
Got to get after the ball, and that was a colossal play.
As far as we know, our streaming service is still up. We'll give you an update if we can.
Yeah, looks like it is. Looks like we're fine.
But we are live, and a timeout is called by the Tech Tigers. Timeouts brought to you by McKay's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. We'll take a break. We'll be back. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the KNSI Sports Network. We're back, Apollo High School here. Tom Terhart, Barry Hine. 13:03 remaining in the second. 13-point lead for the Eagles. They're running away with it in the second half. Norwood will get this one down low to Yeager. Yeager putting on a move in traffic. Cannot finish over the bigger Dubois. Williams with the rebound up to Muhammad. Muhammad in the corner to Hoth. Hoth will drive down the baseline. Blocked that time by Paul Chawal. Chawal with his third block of the night. Drake Jett will bring this one ahead to Norwood in the corner. Norwood drives in traffic, wraps around. Easy reverse layup that time for Kitavian Norwood. Ravel on the far side will bring it down in a hurry, but instead he'll just settle his one down now. Screen from Williams. Gravel step back. Deep three, no good. No rebounders there either. Yeager with the rebound will get this one up to Kitavian Norwood. To Jett, drop it off for Chawal. Chawal wanted to let that one go from deep again, decided not to. Yeager will now drop it off here for Norwood. Norwood in traffic, guarding against Hoth. Yeager down low. Instead of putting on the move, will trick out to Jett. Jett in traffic. Will throw up a layup that time. Might have been tipped that time by Dubois. Dubois will bring it right down the middle. Drop off for Williams as Chawal goes down hard there off the initial shot. And a travel called against Mo Muhammad as he tucks the 2.5 steps into the three-pointer, and that's where the travel is called.
He didn't like the call, but he looked at his coaches on the sideline. They're like, you did.
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right, yeah.
It's referees used to be not good at calling that 1-2 slide, but now they finally are on setting those shots on the perimeter.
Pouch Dubois, 1 rebound shy of a double-double, by the way. He's got 13 points and 9 boards unofficially on the night.
Great performance by him. That's why they have an 11-point lead. Trevick will now kick out to Jett up top. Jett will get hit off the ball by Johnson. Now to Trevick. Trevick in traffic will get it to Yeager. Yeager will put it up and is fouled that time by Logan Johnson and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Nice job by Logan Johnson that time to not give up the easy 2, caught up and had the foul on the play and made Yeager step to the stripe.
Yep. Like to thank C&D Granite, home the unlimited lifetime guarantee. That's at C&D Granite, and that is, got to be honest with you, an ugly-looking free throw that time by Devin Yeager.
That's why you make them earn it. That's why you make them earn it.
Like to also thank McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. Yeager will bounce back and hit the second. And we have a 10-point ball game, 49-39 in the Nelson Brothers scoreboard with 11:30. A lot of time still left in this second half of this crosstown rivalry. Gravel over to Hoth on the right wing. Will step up. Could have put up the mid-range. Now Yeager on him, and he'll ask for a little room here. Hoth will settle it down up top. Now we'll give it off for Williams. Williams, athletic in the middle, spin, poked away, but he will call the foul on Norwood. If Norwood wasn't there, that would have been a spin probably for an easy layup. Norwood getting his hands in there to tie him up, and it'll be 2 shots here for Jaylyn Williams.
Nice quick spin by Jaylyn Williams to the basket to put the pressure on Norwood to create the foul situation. And Chang Hoth, he's got a dozen points all coming in the second half already, and we are not even 7 minutes into the second half. And he doesn't push it. He doesn't rush it. He's a smart, confident, patient basketball player. He lets it come to him, and he plays basketball the right way. He's really fun to watch.
Yep, the basketball IQ is off the chain for the senior Chang Hoth. Williams will go to the line, trying to go 2 for 2 here as he made his first. Like to also thank North Risk Partners. Face risk head on. We're here to help. Visit northriskpartners.com as he can't finish the layup. Chawal to Caden Tran off the bench. Will fire this one just off, but the offensive rebound picked up by Norwood. Norwood to Chawal. Chawal in traffic. The long player cannot finish up high as it's rebounded, picked up by Jack Hoff. To Gravel. Gravel in traffic, goes up, and the foul against Yeager, and Yeager's down on the plate.
What a beautiful finish by Michael Gravel, taking it up against the much taller Yeager. Yeager goes 6'4", and they've got Gravel listed at 6'8", or 5'8" rather. Took it up confidently, laid it up high off the board, and gets the foul call. Nice. Just a beautiful looking play by Michael Gravel.
Absolutely, as Yeager hasn't even made it to his own bench yet. He's still shaking up there underneath. I think he might have
got some blood coming out of the nose.
He's got some blood coming out. Yeah, I can see it rolling down his arm right now.
Took an inadvertent shot as Gravel went up to the basket.
Yep. I believe this is a official's timeout. I don't believe either team took the timeout. So It is still brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat, but we'll keep it here. Of course, Devin Yeager being attended to. Looks like Chris Schmidt will check in for the Tigers and be his substitution. And talk about a little bit, Barry, about, we talked about a little bit coming into this half, but now the Tech Tigers have kind of quarreled this Apollo Eagles run at the beginning of this half. It's still within 13 points. It's not a blown-out ball game yet. What do they have to do to be able to stop the Eagles, one, and get some buckets on the offensive end?
Well, stopping, I'm not sure.
Right.
You try to contain them a little bit. But on offense, they've gotten what they wanted here in the second half. They've gotten good looks in the paint. They've been unable to finish. And when they've gotten fouled, they've missed a couple of free throws. So they're getting what they want. It's just a matter of finishing. And they're trying to get it. They're trying to kind of force it into Yeager to get some points in the paint, which is a good idea when you're down by double digits, to get it to your big guy who's athletic down low. I can put it in. He can fill it up once he's got the ball down there. He's got some nice moves. He quick spin moves to the basket. He rises high and can finish from above the rim. But he's been unable to do that here so far in this second half.
And talk a little bit about, while they're cleaning up this blood, they're still kind of fixing some of this stuff up. Talk a little bit also about, obviously, the two breakout players tonight, Dubois and Chual. It's funny how they're similar like that. But other ways they're similar is that they're both long, 6'7", 6'4", respectively, long wingspans, long legs, and are taking 2 strides from the three-point line and almost throwing the ball down and dunking it. Talk about a little bit, it's almost a Greek freak, like how these guys are grabbing it, going the distance, and then laying it up over smaller defenders. It's really fun basketball to watch.
It's good to be tall, long, quick, and have good handles when you're playing basketball.
Yeah.
Those are all good attributes. But, these guys, you can tell they worked on their games. They are a little taller, but they handle the ball well. Yep. They can take it to the basket. They can play good defense. They get up in the air. They show good body control. A lot of times when guys are that big in high school, they haven't, their feet that haven't caught up. They're not necessarily that agile, but these guys certainly are that, and it's fun to watch them. And these are guys that they're not necessarily going to be the guys for you every night, but they can step up on any given night and play well like this. So it's not a total surprise. You just don't see it as often as they could if they were, the guys on their team every night.
Right. Chual, the junior, Dubois, the senior. Dubois, a little bit more experience, a little taller, a little bit better of a passer, I'd say, but Chual, very spitting image-like as these players have gone at it, and it's a 13-point lead for the Eagles as we will finally get this one going again as Coach Allen and Trevick both having a laugh there and at the other end, both talking about the crazy circumstance of this one and how fun of a game it's been, which it has been. Tom Terhar, Barry Hine, and we're ready to get basketball underway here again. Michael Gravel will shoot this one, and we still haven't got it all cleaned apparently. Whistle it dead. It's over way on the far, but they had to make sure any drop of blood is non-existent because someone slides in that corner. That's not what the high school league wants.
Yeah, they usually they have to spray the disinfectant spray and wipe it all up. It looks like they've got it all.
Yep.
We're going to get going here.
Yes, we are. Gravel will finally shoot his two. As his one, and it is good to push this to a 14-point lead for the Apollo Eagles.
19 points on the night for Gravel.
Tran will get this one back out for Norwood in the paint. Schmitz puts up a floater, and it's good. Chris Schmitz played wide receiver for the Tigers in their great run this year. As Hoth will get this one over to Jack Hoth. Chang to Jack. Jack will drive down the baseline to get fouled by Caden Tran. And the ball will come back out to the baseline.
Nice basket by Chris Schmidt. Keeping the Tigers within striking distance, still down a dozen, but there's plenty of time here. Just inside 10.5 to go.
And we have another stoppage. I'm not sure what the reasoning for this one is. We'll just have some discussions. Caden Tran defending Jack Hoff. Williams down low will finally enter it up to Hoth. Hoth right down the middle, cutting through traffic and getting the lay-in. Hoth now with 14.
All coming in the second half. Impressive.
Trevick will drop it off to Norwood, right wing, drop it off for Schmitz. Schmitz over to Bigger Johnson, will put it up, but will get fouled. I don't know. Hoff, that probably shouldn't have been a foul there, Barry.
Looked good straight up defense by Logan Johnson. Got his hand on the ball. A lot of times referees will just call it just because it looks like you're reaching, but it didn't really there. It looked like Logan Johnson made a good defensive play.
It looked like a big body against more of a wiry body, and that sometimes big body doesn't get the benefit of the doubt, as Schmitz will go to the line, shooting 2.
George Kittle in the Super Bowl anyone?
Yeah, all right. We know you're a 49er fan, Barry. It's okay.
I'm trying to move on.
I know you are. Barry.
I brought it up, I realize, but I'm trying to move on.
Schmitz will miss his first, and his second is up, and it's good to cut it back to a 13-point lead. A 13-point deficit here, as Williams will drop this one off for Jack Hoff. Hoff will bring it down the Apollo Eagles A at center court. He'll break down Tran, will get a floater up high. Offensive rebound almost picked up by Williams, but it's finally poked out of bounds off Schmitz, and will be back in the possession of the Eagles.
Williams had good position, trying for the tap back, just couldn't get quite enough of the surface area of the ball to tap it back in, and just couldn't corral it on the second rebound.
Gravel will get in immediately. Jack Hoff will pull right away. Won't be able to get it. Offensive rebound, Jaylyn Williams. Down low to Jack Hoff. Will fade away on the post feed, but will roll it off the front rim for a bucket.
8 points now for Jack Hoff on the night.
22 between the Hoff brothers. This is Trevick dropping off for Norwood. Norwood will put up the 3, and it just rims out. Schmidt goes for the putback. Looks like he might have been fouled, but they won't call it. This is a long outlet pass sent by Gravel, looking for a athlete like Hoff or Johnson to go up and get it. They cannot, and it's Tech ball underneath their own bucket.
Looked like Schmidt might have had an argument there for being fouled. He was trying to stick it back on the miss, but sometimes the ball doesn't lie, and it went right out of bounds on the other end and give it back to the Tigers.
Trevick will get this one to Pau Chawal. Chawal in traffic will stop, pull up from 3. It's good! Pau Chawal will put it within 12 now, as Pau Chawal is on fire tonight here for the Tech Tigers.
14 on the night for Chawal.
This is Williams up top to Johnson. Johnson over to Hoff. Hoff back up top to Chang Hoff. Left wing, Williams will fake the 3. Get it back out to Jack Hoff. Up top now to Gravel. Coach Allen calling out something specific here. Gravel will get it over to Hoff. He'll cut right through and get it back at the 3-point line. A few screens down low. Gravel back up top to Chang Hoff for 3. Will break that, won't be able to get it. Schmitz will get the rebound, get to Jet, who will get to Trevick, and the Tigers are in offense, looking to cut it down to a single-digit lead. This is Norwood pulling up from the mid-range. Jet tries to come in. You get the late offensive rebound, cannot. Picked up by Gravel. We'll bring it down immediately. Break down the defense corner. Jaylyn Williams, 14% 3-shooter, but that time it's good. Jaylyn Williams for 3 to push it back to a 15-point lead.
Second field goal of the night for him. First 3-pointer, he's got 5 points.
Trevick in traffic. Norwood will try to drop it off for Schmitz. Cannot get it. Here's Drake Jet on the perimeter. Dropping back low to Norwood. Norwood won't go back up with it. Chawal again, this time from the corner, and it's good again. Powell Chawal now with 17 points on the night. He is on fire. Back-to-back threes. Cuts it to, again, just a 12-point ball game here with 8:01 left in the second. Timeout.
And those were his third and fourth three-pointers of the night as well, by the way.
Just a fantastic effort by Chawal. The Tigers will call a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. Brought to you by McKay's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Fiat. We'll take a break. We'll be back. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the KNSI Sports Network. Apollo High School, welcome back. 60-48. The Apollo Eagles up on the Tech Tigers. Tom Terhar, Barry Hine with you, courtside for this fun crosstown rivalry. As we have some players playing well. Michael Gravel will bring up the ball here for for the Eagles. He is the leading scorer on the night of both teams. 19 points on the game. Will kick right wing to Hoff. To Jack Hoff. Jack Hoff in traffic. Will stop down low, and he gets crunched from below that time. Schmitz went up to block the shot. A weird bounce taken. I don't think that was on fault of anybody that time. It's just bodies in the air and then falling on top. And not ideal, but Hoff will go to the line and shoot 2, as he did do a very, very textbook move and jump stop underneath all the jumping bodies. And when you do a move like that, that could happen.
Yeah, into traffic. It was a good hard play. Chris Schmidt went up strong to try to block it, and there was contact, and then he came down on top of him inadvertently and looked a lot worse than it was. And refs have to be sure to be on top of that. But it didn't look like they were ever in any danger of anybody getting chippy about that on that play.
No, it didn't, as Hothwell missed his first free throw. Second, he'll hit that one, and it's 61-48, 13-point lead. It's been right around that 12, 13-point mark. Norwood to Trevick for 3, just off. Hoff could have been there to goaltend that one. Instead, it's Gravel the other way. Off the pass from Jack Hoff, cannot finish. Picked up by Dolan and brought back up by Drake Jett. Jett will dribble this one past the timeline. We'll get it over to Norwood. Norwood will dribble this one traffic. Kick opposite corner to Dolan. Now it's Pau Chawal back up top. Will float in the lane. Hit on the play. Won't be able to get the foul. He'll get up slow. Picked up by Duval. Duval in traffic. Will try to finger roll it over the net. Won't be able to go. Hoff will get the offensive rebound. Put it back up. Not be able to finish it again. But finally Duval will get another rebound and put it back in. Here's Pau Chawal the other way. Chawal will try to put it through the D. Will try to keep it in play. He will keep it in play, but it's to the Eagles, number 13, Jack Hoff.
By the way, Pouch Duval with that first of those 2 rebounds in quick succession went into a double-double.
There we go. Duval, the double-double man, will kick this one back out, break down his man on the perimeter. It's Trevick. Trevick keeps right with him. Duval can't create separation. He'll kick it out to Muhammad. Top of the key for 3, Mo Muhammad. It's good. His first points tonight, but they're big ones, pushing this out to an 18-point lead. Jett the other way, quickly gets it up. Cannot finish in traffic. Will be knocked out of bounds. Tigers ball underneath.
Nice job by Mo Muhammad after hitting the 3. Getting back on defense, blocking the ball out of bounds.
And this will be a full timeout called by the Tech Tigers. Timeouts brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. We'll take a break. We'll be back. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the KNSI Sports Network. Welcome back to this one that has gotten a little bit out of hand here. 66-48, the Eagles up on the Tech Tigers here. Boys basketball, Jaeger will get this one over to Jett. Drake Jett in the corner to Joe Dolan. Back out to Kaitivian Norwood will drop it off for Dolan. Dolan, the lefty for 3, no good. Rebounded by Jaeger, the offensively, tries to lay it in. His outstretched hands cannot finish the layup as Duval will bring it back down the other way. Will kick to the corner. The man for the Eagles, that's number 22, Darian Lewis. Lewis, the junior, getting the 3, and it's now a 21-point lead. Trevick the other way, tries to pull up 3. No good, rebounded by Duval. Duval guys to get it past Dolan, but obviously carries that ball, and now it'll be Tech Tiger ball here. They trail by 21 with 5:52 remaining in the second.
Darian Lewis getting a little time, got in there, knocked down his 3. That's tough to do. If you've never played basketball, coming in right off the bench and hitting a 3 early on, it's kind of hard to do to come in cold off the bench like that.
Jett will get this over to Dolan. Dolan will put it back down low to Jaeger. Jaeger in traffic will put it in with almost no resistance for a bucket. Devin Jaeger now with 11 on the night. I'd like to thank Andy's Towing. They'll get you going. Call Andy's Towing for all your towing needs. Up top with this one, this is Corey Barnes. Down low, this is Chang Hoth in traffic. We'll get it knocked away by Dolan. Dolan will get it up to Trevick. Trevick will walk into traffic, trying to kick it out, cannot, picked up, back up by Corey Barnes. Barnes, the 8th grader, will try to send it ahead looking for Lewis, cannot connect, and Barnes, he doesn't really look like an 8th grader out there, Barry.
He's short, but
Yes.
he certainly looks confident when he's got the ball in his hand. Yeah.
Barnes just threw that a little bit over the hands of Lewis, and the Tigers will bring it down. Kytavian Norwood will bring it ahead. We'll settle it back down. Kick it out, corner to Yeager. Yeager will drop it off to Pau Choual. Choual will try to get past the D, but a foul will be called now on number 4, Jamari Abston. The sophomore will get charged with his first foul of the night. 19-point lead still for the Eagles. 4:59 remaining in the second half on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. That's still a lot of time, Barry. Is this a little early to have your JV guys in here?
I was just thinking that as well. Yeah, if I was the Tech Tigers, I'd be getting after those players you just got on the floor and taking them to the basket.
Kytavian Norwood, top of the key, will try to break down in traffic, but he is hit on his way there. Jamari Abston will get his second foul now of the night. And we will still not be in bonus, as it is 5 personal fouls so far for the Eagles, 4 for the Tigers. Yeager down low with Dubois in his face. Will put up the layup. Outreach chance. Dubois cannot swat that one away, and Yeager now has 13. Bring it down is Corey Barnes. The 8th grader will send it off to Hausman. Hausman over to Lewis. Lewis back over to Abston. Abston to Hausman. Back up top. Dubois still in this ball game. He'll step back, 3. Oh, no, that won't even hit the rim. Pau Choual will bring it ahead immediately. Choual in traffic, cannot keep this ball. The other way is Dubois, and he'll slam that time with his left hand. Dubois will slam that one. The netting was tied up after the big dunk by Dubois to push it to a 19-point lead. And a timeout is called here by the Tech Tigers. Timeouts are brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat. We'll keep it here for this one. I'd like to thank a few more of our sponsors: Clearwater Travel Plaza, law offices of Bradshaw and Bryant, Shields, and M&H Appliance. Thanks to all of our great sponsors right here on the KNSI Sports Network. Barry, I think we've hit the point where the Eagles have run away with it and have this one pretty much locked down.
Yeah, if I was the Tech Tigers, they kind of resign themselves to staying within the flow of their offense and working it around. If I see those guys coming in at that time of the game, I'm testing them out and seeing how well they play defense, how ready they are to be in this game. And you get some baskets, and who knows, you're down by 9, all of a sudden you can score quickly with that much time left and have it back within single digits like that, but they're just kind of not doing that, and time is running out on them.
Right. And we have another new face in for the Eagles. Dubois will head out of this one. In for the night will be number 35, Adosh. That's what I'm going with. Adosh will head in the box, number 35 for Apollo. Wahabadash. There we go. We got it. That's why they pay you the big bucks, Barry.
Yeah, well, I made it. As far as you know, I made it up.
As Drake Jett will inbound here, the Tigers still with their starters out. There, Trevick will bring it up. Corey Barnes will provide the pressure as he crosses the timeline. Trevick will drop this one to Norwood. Norwood will back down, back outside to Trevick. Trevick in deep will pick it out to Choual. Choual will set his feet, but instead drive to the lane for a floater, and it's good. Pau Choual now with 19 points. Tied with all scores with Gravel now with 19. Barnes will kick this one over. Played by Lewis. Lewis over to Abston. Down the low, Hausman in traffic. Blocked away that time by the much bigger Pau Choual. Barnes will try to cut off Choual, but is fouled. Choual is fouled and will be the 16th foul against the Eagles. 17-point ball game, 71-54 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Eagles with the 17-point lead. Trevick will bring this one after the inbound pass from Choual. Trevick will drive to the lane, float this one up, and it's good. Nate Trevick cuts it to a 15-point game as Lewis will bring it back up. The starters are coming back out there for the Eagles now as Coach Allen gave the young guys his time. They're not cutting it. So he's coming out with all the starters.
I think we found what the threshold is for him being comfortable with the reserves in there.
Lewis will step up, try to hit a three, no good. No effort to rebound the ball by the Tigers, and it's deflected off of Norwood and out of bounds. And the starters, some of the starters coming back out for the Eagles, Logan Johnson, Gravel, Dubois, and Hoff, both Chang and Jack. Gravel will inbound it here, just to the left of us here, courtside. Gravel will throw this one up to Jack Hoth in traffic. Will try to put it up. Blocked that time by Drake Jett. Jett will take it up himself. We'll wait. We'll try to drop it off by Pau Chawal. And this is kept in play. That should have been out of bounds, but instead Chawal will go to the lane, knock it, miss the layup. Picked up by Gravel. Gravel will bring it ahead and drop it off for Dubois, but Dubois gets that poked out of his hands, but it will retain in Eagles possession here with 2:44 remaining in the second.
The ball on the other end ricocheted off the referee.
Oh, it did, okay.
So he was not out of bounds yet, so he's in play, so it just kind of bounced in off him.
Hoff will get it back out to Dubois. Dubois will settle it down, back out to Johnson. Logan Johnson pressured a little bit by Yeager. Jack Hoff will have it up top now. We'll get it over to Chang Hoff. Left wing. Gravel will send it right back down the middle as the JV will be now coming in for the Tech Tigers. Jack Hoth, Johnson to Gravel. Gravel deep three is no good. Rebounded by Drake Jett. Jett up and ahead. Norwood will drive to the lane, cannot control this one. We'll try to flip it out to Jett. Jett will get up to Trevick. Trevick for a deep three, tipped by Logan Johnson. This will be back up to Chang Hoth. Hoth in traffic will lay it up, but it'll be a foul. That time, no bucket. The bucket will not count, as I'm not sure who the foul will be on. It'll be against Pau Chawal. Chang Hoth will head to the line, shooting two here with 2:05 left in the second. I'd like to thank All-Star Trophy and Awards, Kelman Reuter, C&D Granite, and McKay's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Fiat. Thanks to all of our great sponsors right here on the KNSI Sports Network. Hoth makes his first as all the substitutions come in here for the Tigers. Not necessarily all of JV. Caden Tran, Schmitz, and Stoll's back in the game, along with number 30. Number 30 being Josh Harris, and number 23, Josh Carpenter.
Again, Chang Hoth scoreless at halftime. He's got 15 now in the second half.
Hoth was looking for 16, cannot get the roll there at the rim. Bringing this one up will be Harris. Harris behind the back dribble, get over to Tran. Tran over to Stolz. Stolz looking to get to Schmitz, down low. Schmitz, the athletic man, will flip it back out looking for Carpenter, taken away by Gravel. Gravel will wait, will try to throw it up to Dubois. Dubois will drop it off for Hoff. Hoff will put up another layup, and it's fouled this time by Hunter Stolz, and will try to put some extra points there on his stat line. He's got 15, is looking for 17 as he'll get 2 shots at the line. I'd like to thank Minnesota Truck Headquarters, Schultz Softwater, and Murphy's Granite Carving. Thanks to all of our great sponsors here on the KNSI Sports Network. At Chang Hoff knocks down 2. If this 73-56 is going to be the way this one ends up, the Tech Tigers will fall to 3-16. The Eagles to 14-5 on getting close to the 20 game mark here in the season. Caden Tran will pull up a few feet off the three-point line from the right wing, and it's good for 3. Caden Tran's first points of the night. Chang Hoth will drop this one for Jack to Gravel. Gravel, Coach Allen will call it a play there from the bench. Gravel will try to break down his man. He'll do a little step back 3 that time. Looking to get over Tran, will not get it. Offensive rebound by Jack Hoth. Hoth pushed into the table, pushed into our table right here on the near side. And Hoth and Stoll's dabbing it up, and we're all good, but a foul as Jack Hoth will still head to the line, shooting 2.
Yeah, it's a good energetic play on the court, and the crowd wanted them to get into it. They're like, we're good, we're fine.
No, we're fine. We're just playing basketball. That's all we're doing.
It happens sometimes.
That's all we're doing.
So nice job by the players keeping their heads on the floor tonight.
Yep. Another substitution in. It's John Kazor for the Tech Tigers. He was an offensive tackle for this football team, and he actually had a buzzer beater for the game winner for the Tech Tigers JV in just about an hour ago here on JV. So John Kaiser getting some time in here.
With those free throws, Hoth and Jack Hoth into double digits. He's got 11. By the way, I just want to say, if I ever write a mystery novel, my protagonist, his name is going to be Drake Jet.
Yeah, it's a great name.
It's the best name of all time, possibly.
It makes it better with the double T's, too, because it doesn't look as normal, I guess. We're getting too deep into this.
Yeah.
76-59, 17-point lead for the Eagles, as Tran will drop it off now for Stulls. Stulls will wait just outside the three-point line, drop it off here for Carpenter. Carpenter on the perimeter, trying to put the move on. Instead, will drop off for Stulls. Back over for Caden Tran. Tran breaks down his man as it's back out to Carpenter. Carpenter wanting to pull up from three. Instead, we'll get a pass right back from Harris. Back out to Harris. Back to Carpenter again. Playing a little Flint Tropics Jackie Moon basketball, back and forth, back and forth. Hunter Stulls in traffic, out of control, will lose the ball out of bounds, and the bucket will be in possession of the Apollo Eagles. Last but not least, I'd like to thank Premier Real Estate Services, Northbridge Partners, and Andy's Towing. 38 seconds remaining in the second half, as this will most likely just be dribbled out. Stoll's going to put some pressure on, so a little bit more basketball left in this one. Under 30 seconds remaining. Houseman putting some moves on. We'll get this one over to Lewis. Lewis will get fouled this time by Carpenter, as we hear that chant from the Apollo Eagles student section just to our left. This is, of course, the crosstown rivalry, and it looks like the Eagles will come out on top this year.
Yelling, "This is our town."
Yeah.
And when you win, you get to say stuff like that.
Yeah, you do. You get to say stuff like that. Lewis' first free throw is good on the 1-and-1, and he will now shoot a second.
He's got 4. He hit that three-pointer a little bit ago, just in off the bench.
Lewis will throw this one up. No good at the free throw line. Carpenter will bring it ahead, shoot a real deep three-pointer, and bank it. Bank that one off the glass to make it a 15-point game, and I believe that's where this one will end up, as Lewis will get it past the timeline. Couple seconds left. Barnes will settle this one down, and that will be it. Apollo Eagles take the crosstown rivalry 77-62 over the Tech Tigers. A fun one here. It was close in the second half with some dunks, some more missed dunks than dunks, but still an exciting game. Big blocks, great games from players like Pal Chuwal and Michael Gravel, and of course, Poach Dubois. Makes this a 77-62 win for the Eagles. Time now to vote for the All-Star Trophy and Awards Player of the Game. Of course, Todd Simpson gets the final say back in the studio. Barry, do you have a nomination for the Player of the Night?
I suppose we got to probably go Pouch Dubois. He got him started early on. Didn't score much in the second half. Didn't really need to, but he got that double-double. He had 17 points and 11 rebounds to go along with 2 steals on the night. So good night for Pouch Dubois.
Yeah, Dubois with a great game, like you said, double-double, and not a big man back to the bucket, double-double, and athletic, all over the place, double-double for Poach Dubois. That'll about wrap it up here from the Apollo High School here, St. Cloud Apollo High School. Again, final score 77-62 here on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. We will send it back here momentarily for some stats, but we will send it to Todd Simpson for the meanwhile. We'll be right back. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the KNSI Sports Network. Welcome back to Apollo High School. 77-62, the final here. Tom Terrar, Barry Hine to wrap this one up. Barry, you got us our stats for tonight and some big numbers for some big players.
Absolutely. First, we'll go with the Tech Tigers. They were led on the night by Devin Yeager, the most consistent player probably all night for the Tech Tigers. He had 13 points, 5 rebounds on the night. It was 7 points, 2 rebounds for Nate Trevick, 5 points, 4 rebounds, and a steal for Joe Dolan. And then the outstanding player of the night was Pal Chual. He had 19 points, 4 rebounds, 4 blocks for the Tech Tigers. Then a couple other players scored. Kaitavia Norwood, 5, 2 rebounds and a steal. 3 apiece for both Chris Schmidt and Caden Tran, as well as Josh Carpenter hit that 3 toward the end. 2 points for Hunter Stoltz on the night as well. Then for the winning team, the Apollo Eagles, they were led in points by Michael Gravel. He had a nice night, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 4 steals, and a block. And then a couple players other than that playing well for the Eagles as well. 2 players with 17. Chang Hoff, if he has anything in the first half, he's obviously the player of the game. But he didn't score in the first half. He got in a little bit of foul trouble early on and had 17 all coming in the second half. What a game for Chang Hoff. Pal Chual at 17, again, he was the guy that got him started early, just had 6 points in the second half, but did everything they needed him to do in the first half, plus it continued his rebounding in the second half. 7 of his 13 rebounds came in the second half. He had 17 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 steals on the night. 17 points, a rebound and a steal for Chang Hoff. Again, all 17 of those points coming in the second half. 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals for Jack Hoff on the evening as well. 5 points, 4 rebounds, a steal for Jaylyn Williams. 4 points for Darian Lewis. We had 3 points for Mo Mohammed, 2 rebounds and a block as well on the night, and I believe that is it. Again, the Eagles come away with a big win here at home against the St. Cloud Tech Tigers, and you hear the crowd yelling, "This is our town."
Yeah, it is. It is their town, at least tonight, and for the rest of this high school boys basketball season. Before we wrap it up, Barry, I mean, watching this Eagles team, you've seen them a few times down this year. This is my first time this year. Do you think they have a run in them to sections and making it deep into sections, and maybe even playing somewhere near the Target Center later this month?
Are you talking about the Apollo Eagles?
The Apollo Eagles, yeah.
Okay,
sorry
yes. Yeah, they do. The way they started early in the year, they were in top 10 ranked in the state at one point this season. They faltered a little bit lately, but yeah, a win like this is something that can springboard you to down the stretch, going on a different kind of run of the W variety.
Yes.
So yes, I do think that they have that kind of talent on the team, and they're deep. They seem to be coached well. They play hard, and they're in the right place a lot of times. They're smart with Gravel and Chang Hoff, both the way they play. They let the game come to them. They make the right plays more often than not by far. So, yeah, I think they've got all that going for them, and they could end up playing down in Minneapolis at the end of the year. It's a possibility. I'm not predicting it, but it's a possibility.
Let's hope, because we get to cover them then. We're going to go watch some great high school basketball. That'll about wrap it up here from Apollo High School. Again, last time, final score 77-62. Eagles take down the Tigers in the crosstown rivalry. For me, Tom Terrar, for my partner, Barry Hine, thanks for listening. You've been listening to high school basketball right here on the KNSI Sports Network.